Hello everyone, so welcome to card number 4 of my Valentine's Day card series. So starting off, I'm going to use my cuddle bag and I'm using some Spellbinders, and these are the classic hearts, and some white cardstock. And what I'm doing is I'm just randomly going to go ahead and cut some hearts out, not being precise about this, it's completely part of the look. Then once I'm done with that, I'm going to use my Michaels, these are brand new this year, stamps, and I decided, you know what, these were a little too big for the card, so I'm going to go ahead and do something I never do, which is I'm going to cut my stamp down. If it was a more expensive stamp, no way, but because it's Michael's, I figured I'd try it, and I do use it again, and it worked perfectly once I applied it. So I'm just making sure that it's lined up nice and correctly, and then I'm using some Stampin' Up, and this is real red. And I was very disappointed in how the results came out with this because, as you see, I went to use the Regal rose, and when I stamped it out, it left it splotchy and just didn't look good. So I took some of this jelly roll and I went over that heart trying to fill it in, and the results weren't exactly what I wanted, but hey, I'm a crafter, so I'm going to, instead of scratching it, always try and save it first, and I believe 99% of the times you can save it. So I didn't like how the jelly roll came out, and so I took a gold heart and I went over it, and it looks pretty good in the end. Not exactly what I was aiming for, but hey, it still worked. So next I'm taking my Martha Stewart scoreboard and scoring at 8-2 using my bone folder, making sure I line it up, and then folding down that spine nice and crisp. Now, I'm going to take some of this foam tape. This is a brand that I bought at the Scrapbook Expo. Not a big fan of, so I'm trying to use as much of it as possible. So I'm doing it in big patches here just to raise this layer up. Next, I'm taking some of my Martha Stewart punches and some more of this Holiday Elegance from Craftsmith and just randomly punching out some hearts out of this gold, and they're just so beautiful. So I use the Martha Stewart, the Heart and Stamp set, and then I use this deep edge punch, and this is like the heart's edge. And I'm just now cutting a few of those out, and then I'm going to dump out whatever I don't need and throw that in the trash. Next, I'm taking up this Stampin' Up, and this is called the Parlor Prince. It retired about 2 years ago, but it was just beautiful. And using more of that red, so that way I get the tone on tone with just the reds. And I'm going to lay it down and then take a piece of paper and put it over that, so that way I don't get ink all over my hands. And now after I cut it down to size, I'm just adhering everything into place. So I adhere that foam part onto the front, and see, now I'm going to go ahead and use that gold to cover up what I didn't like. So I'm just making sure that it's lined up properly. And now I'm going to start taking some of these hearts and randomly putting them all over the place just to see where I want my layout. And then I'm fast forwarding it because it's a while, but I pop these all up on foam tape. So I decided that this card needed just a little bit more embellishing. So I took my Jelly Roll Gold and I just started doing some faux stitch marks. And then I decided to do it on those little red hearts and make a little bit more of that faux stitching. In the end, it was just so cute. Then I'm going to use that same stamp set, putting it back together and also using the real red and just stamping out the inside sentiment of this card. Next, I'm just going to start putting my card together. So I wanted to add just a little bit of accent to the inside, so I take one of those gold hearts and just place it on the inside. So that completes card number 4. So this one is a simple and easy card. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone.